Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Connecticut. I am recording live out of Groton, Connecticut, and it was a rainy start this morning, but the sun has come out and the rain had stopped and birds are singing. And so it's a very beautiful day. It's already 60 degrees, so we're where we are. So it's got the windows open. I've got the windows open. It's just a very beautiful, beautiful day. And so you know what? Even yesterday when it was a very rainy day, it's still a beautiful day. Because when beauty resides within you, you find the beauty everywhere outside of you. And so we have to remember that April showers bring May flowers. And I can appreciate that as an avid gardener, and even with indoor plants too, though it keeps me going until I can get outside. So with the green thumb. Anyway, thank you and welcome to the show. The show is brought to you by True Psychics Network, TPN TV. So if you're watching this live, you're watching it several ways. You can either watch it on the TPN TV page on the website of True Psychics Network. If you're watching it from there, you do not have the ability to chat, but there is a link that you can click that takes you right to True Psychics Network channel on Ustream, where you have the option and the ability to chat with other live viewers. And with myself, I can read the chat. So if you were to click on the Ustream link, and you would see the video box on the left, the TV video box on the left, and on the right you'd see another box. It has 3 tabs. It says video, social, stream, and then chat. Click on the chat, and that will take you right into the chat area with the other viewers and myself. And if you're watching this on archived, a recorded show, thank you so much. Sure, you don't get the option of chatting, but that's okay. I'm always available. You can send me emails, messages, and we can converse that way as well. I'm just grateful and delighted that you've taken the time out of your schedule to watch the show, to sit in Sacred Circle with us. And it doesn't matter, like I said, if you're watching it live or recorded, you're still in the Sacred Circle with us all. The energy has already been set. And I'm very grateful and welcome you all. All right, so we are still feeling the new moon energies. Are you still feeling that? This is a very powerful time in any new moon in planting the seeds of manifestation. What do you want? Those intentions. And this is what I want to manifest. I'm going to plant this seed, water it, work on it every day, and watch it grow and manifest. All right? And it really does work. It doesn't matter what time of the year for this type of growing and manifesting. All right? It's all it needs is your energy, your focus, and it feeds it and grows. All right? So let's use that energy productively. Let's use it to think of something positive and something that will benefit us instead of giving that power to fear. Because fear just makes us a slave and doesn't care about you. You know that. All right. I also like to start the show off with some numerology, the energies of today, using today's complete date. And in numerology, for those of you who may be unaware, unfamiliar, we take any number, multiple number, and bring it down to a single digit between 1 to 9. And so if we're going to use today's complete date, which is April 21st, 2015. So April's number 4. The 21st, if we add 2 plus 1, we get 3. And 2015, of course, is a number 8 year. And how do we get 8 from 2015? As 2 plus 0 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 5 is 8. So now let's add it all together. 4 plus 3 plus 8. Right, you're going to equal 15. But we're not done. You still have to take it down to a single digit. 1 plus 5 is 6. All right. So, what are the energies for a number 6 vibrational day? Responsibilities. Most probably at home, but also at work or in the spotlight today. And sometimes you're going to find that you're juggling both. Oh my goodness, why is everything going on all at once, at home, at work, both? Okay. Well, this is the energies of the day. You're a source of emotional strength for others today. Yes, you are. Open your heart and let your love and friendship counsel your loved ones or anyone else who is in need of that attention and that healing, because they're coming to you really for a healing. It will be returned to you later. Today is a good time to get in touch with those you haven't talked to in a while, and financial gains are possible. All right, so it's a really good day. Let's just not be so focused on what you're doing. You're going to have these interruptions. Take a deep breath and go, you know what? I can get back to this. Let me help those that are in need. And just take care of the situations at hand, whether work or home. And that can be frustrating. You know, we get into a groove of something and then someone, hey, I need your help, I need your assistance, and you're like, we'll do that again. Take another deep breath. Have patience. And know that we are here to help one another. Not here just to sit here and see how fast we can get our work done. We have to remind ourselves of that. Absolutely. And it's okay. You know, it's okay. All right. So, that was beautiful, beautiful energy. Number 6 today. If I encourage you when you're visiting the True Psychics Network website to so many wonderful things to check out on the website. Check out the magazine page, and then you'll see daily posts. We have let you know about upcoming shows for the day, whether the TV and radio shows. Jane Alton from the UK. She's the UK's #1 numerologist. Also posts another numerology, the energies for the day for everyone, like internationally. It's just really, really beautiful. I encourage you to check that out. And then we also do have some of the members, and sometimes just if we find an article that we would like to share, spiritual or metaphysical, we'll share that. So it's a lot of good information. I do encourage you to check that out. And if there's ever an article that you would like to share and that you would like to see, maybe do you write spiritual metaphysical articles? Please email me. Email me the article, and I am the magazine editor as well, and we'll get that article sent or put up for you on the magazine. So just make sure that if you include an article that you include your bio and a picture, so I can put that in there as well. While you're on that True Psychics Network website, check out the horoscopes. Click on the horoscopes page. All right, and you will see that this week the horoscopes are channeled by Reverend Sinlu and Graphia. So see what energies are favorable for you this week. And I love it. It's just every week it's like Christmas Eve. It's or your birthday or a special celebration, whatever you like to refer to it as. But it's a gift. You get to open it up and read it. And I'll read mine on Monday, and then at the end of the week, and kind of, oh yeah, because if you don't understand the beginning of the week, I guarantee by the end of the week you will get it. Yep, that's it exactly. So it's always just a really fun, and again, it's the energies that are available to you. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. These are the energies that you can grasp onto. All right. And also, if you check out my personal website, whitesagewoman.com. I'm saying sage, S-A-G-E, whitesagewoman.com. I have made some updates to my website. I try to do that periodically. So whether it's my show updates and just this time I've actually worked on some certifications. So and I posted these certifications on the About Me page. You go to the About Me and then scroll down, you'll see some of the new certifications I've been working on since last fall, actually. Took advantage of the fall and winter time, and always we should increase our learning, our understanding. We should just, it's just great to do that. It helps with that balance, all right, between the mind and the soul. And the mind needs something to do, so let's just give it something to do. And that's why the educational part is important. Just don't let that be the ruling factor, all right, or the commanding factor, I should say. We know that the heart, the Sacred Heart Center, the soul should always be the command center, all right. And when we learn something new, we are helping our mind. All right. So, oh, sorry, I have a shell necklace on, and it's quite powerful, and I feel it like tingling, zapping my throat chakra. It's like woo. So, but it's good. It's all good. And here's the thing. I just want to, before I go into the crystal and gemstone message for this week. This is a great opportunity to talk about when you wear a piece of crystal gemstone jewelry, maybe, for ladies and men, pendants. Everyone wears pendants. Pendants are, even if it's in a bracelet or ring, maybe you have it in your pocket. You can still feel it even if it's in your pocket. It doesn't matter, all right? So you have it and you really feel it. All right, and whether it's close up to your third chakra or your heart chakra, or even a little lower, the really long ones. Sometimes I feel like I would like to have one right near my third chakra, so that it helps the lower chakras. Sometimes you can really feel it. If it starts to zap you, you can ask for the energies to back off, calm down, tone it down a little bit. All right, and it does. It works. It listens to you. All right. So don't take, unless you feel like you need to take it off. But a lot of times when it does that, I'll just ask, okay, now let's calm down. When really what we're happening is that the energies of the crystal, and as you increase your energies, it's that you feel the increase in vibration on both parts. So it's like, let's balance it out. I feel you more. I don't want you to feel me more. Let's just balance it. Okay, so this is a key for today's show and really for life, balance. All right, so the crystal and gemstone message for this week, the one that came to me today, is jade. Beautiful jade. And do you know that jade is not just green? Jade comes in different colors as well. And so I didn't realize that until recently. I did some research, and I actually have a really beautiful purple jade anklet that was given to me for a birthday present. And then I have a ring now that matches that. And so it's just like, wow. Because I love amethyst and the purples, and so when I saw that, I thought that was really interesting. I get the benefits of jade in a different color. I'm not against the beautiful green jade. I just don't wear a lot of that coloring. But it doesn't matter. I guess it could go with anything. And this is why it's favored in the Eastern world, the jade. Because jade connects you to your physical instincts and earth energies. It creates harmony between impoverishment and abundance. All right, so it does create that harmony, that balance. So very beautiful. So jade, excuse me. Woo, tickle in my throat. So very powerful. Very powerful. Even if you have, I like how they make these little carvings now out of crystals and gemstones, or the gemstones really. They make these little animals. They make little Buddhas. They little tiny little figurines, but they're very powerful. And you can still put them in the pocket. They're small enough to put in your pocket. You can display them. I'm getting a collection of mini Buddhas. Mini Buddhas. behind me, but they're probably too small to see. They're near the big Buddhas, big Buddha, but in the different types of Buddhas, so they're fun and they're powerful. All right, so now we're gonna go to the spirit power animal message of the week, and the animal that showed up was very interesting. It's a scorpion. Scorpion. So, what do you think about this for a moment? Not all power animals are so cute, fluffy, huge, majestic eagle, bear, elk. We do have, other plenty in the animal being world and the animal kingdom there that have messages for us. Insects have messages for us, and have their place right on this ecosystem and this whole circle of life. Absolutely, they have their place, and they're very much needed and important. So their messages are equally important. So Scorpion, now if everyone has cringed, let's look beyond the fear and let's look at the beauty of the scorpion. Now, we do know the scorpion attacks from the rear. If you think about the tail, all right, comes from behind. Of course, we get this. The scorpion represents death and rebirth. Mm-hmm. Transmutation of poison. And this is interesting. The scorpion reflects dark and negative energy or unbalanced energy back to the sender. Back to the sender. So many of you may have learned in the spiritual, metaphysical, any type of advice or teachings that you could use the mirror technique as protection, or like a shield, which is mirror eyes. Come on, our ancestors knew what they were doing. The shields or anything that's reflective, right? And it sends back. You're not hurting them. They're hurting themselves, because we have to be responsible for what we're putting out. So all it does is go right back to them. So if you need these images or these symbolisms to immediately protect yourself, protection is, you could think of a mirrored shield. You're with a mirror, a mirror in front of you. Or you can think of a scorpion. This is incense, this smoke that you see, for those of you who are maybe watching for the first time. It's incense. So, very beautiful. Windows are open to the breeze, and then the incense, and it's just, Right, so you can picture a scorpion for protection as well. And a scorpion reacts quickly to new circumstances. Why? Because scorpion is the ultimate shaman animal. If you want to stop and think about it, it immediately accesses the whole balanced part. It accesses the negative and the positive, sees it as it is, and is able from that point of view to react or respond. My goodness. So, it's that spring. And I do have some flowers right outside this window that are blooming, and they're very beautiful and they smell nice, but sometimes woo, they can choke you up. Welcome spring. Anyway, it's all good. Breathing it all in. All right. So, a very interesting scorpion. Now, my husband has, interestingly enough, a scorpion tattoo on his back. He is also the sign Scorpio. All right. But I asked, like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And I went with him when he got the tattoo. This was years ago. I was like, so why are you getting that? I know you're Scorpio. We all know you're Scorpio. Why are you putting a scorpion tattoo on your back? And he had said there was a lot. We were going through a lot at that time, and we both felt like we were constantly battling negativity, not understanding that the more you battle, the worse it gets. Anyway, so he goes, I need some extra protection. And he put that tattoo on his back to watch his back. So I thought it was very profound. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. It's a powerful symbol. You're using your power animal. Of course, it represents who you are. What's your sign? His sun's sign. But it's, I understood. I got it. And thought it was really nice. So that's why I'm saying for you, if you need something really quick and you're not grossed out by the scorpion, just picture that. It's a great reflective, protective tool. All right, image. All right, so now the topic, money and abundance. Money and abundance. This was, received an email. I've been receiving several emails, so thank you, everyone. Please keep the emails coming about this one particular person, very spiritual, and stepped right into his spirituality, has embraced it, and very, very happy and excited and proud of this gentleman. And one of the things, though, that is the struggle right now is about money, finances, abundance, that whole thing. And where does money fit in with your spirituality? And I thought it was a really great question because we've all been there at one point or time, especially those in the field like holistic professionals and those that are practice. We've all, I don't say struggled, or we have all, okay, let's reflect on this. All right. So money is included in abundance, but it is not abundance as a whole. All right. So if you are using money and abundance interchangeably, you might want to rethink that. Okay. Money is only a part of abundance. It should never be what you consider abundance. The fear of the lack of money has confused us with its actual purpose. Money is just another form of energy. It's an energy exchange. Do not confuse it with being more important than your health. What do I mean by that? We do it every day, or we have that opportunity to do it every day. To quote the Dalai Lama, man surprised me most about humanity because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices his money to recuperate his health. And then he is so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present nor the future. He lives as if he is never going to die, and then dies having never really lived. All right. So I'm going to ask you this. Do you work for money, or does money work for you? Let that sink in. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Do you work for money? Because if you do, you're a slave to it. Or does money work for you? Do you make it work for you? Money is not the root of evil. Greed is. Greed. And you don't have to have money to be greedy. Little kids teach you this when they're learning the sharing thing. You put a bunch of toys in the middle of a room with kids. Oh, they just need to learn to share. Well, what is that called? Greed, greediness. They're just being greedy. I don't, me. You don't need money to be greedy. You can be greedy with material possessions. You can be greedy on so many different levels. All right? But greed is what causes a lot of disruption, if you want to call it evil. All right? That's what causes the imbalance. Evil is not about balance. Evil is about it, whatever it is. It's all about whatever's going on and whatever you define it. If it's money, then sure. So it's whatever you give that greedy power to. All right. So now let's let's look at, and money is an energy exchange. It really, really is. All right. You know, a lot of people, you have to pay for a place to live, for food to eat. If you have a vehicle, you got to pay for the gas or upkeep of your vehicle. And it's because people think, oh gosh, all my money is going here, here, here. Be grateful for every direction that your money is going in, and think of it as, look how abundant I am, that I can send this energy out in all directions. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for the heat, for the cooling, for, just for every appliance in your house. Grateful for everything that is really a part of your health and being in the home. And I'm not saying every material possession, because when it comes to hoarders, are off balance. All right, so I'm grateful for this comfortable bed that you sleep in. I'm grateful for your like I said, appliances already. The dishwasher, or it could be your laundry appliances, the washing machine and dryer, and just your computers. It's just, I'm grateful for this and grateful, instead of, oh my gosh, is there anything that doesn't require money? That's a good question. Well, it's a form of energy. Energy's everywhere. It's needed. In this day and time, and with this technology that we have now, it's a very important part of energy, but it shouldn't be the most important part of energy, or a part of you. Okay? Like I said, are you working for money, or is money working for you? You get to pretty much command the flow of money coming into your life, like you can command every type of energy around you. It's up to you. Not wish it, but make it so. Wishing it, thinking about it, it's here. Making it so, the power, the driver is right in your heart, your sacred heart center. You know that. Feel it. That's the driver. And let's look at the employer. That great quote that the Dalai Lama said, the working for the money, and you sacrifice your health. How much time do you get off if you are sick at your work, at your place of employment? How much time do you get off? And before you need a doctor's note. Usually 3 days, and they want you to go see a doctor. Those that don't see doctors are forced now to feed another system that, oh, now I gotta go to a doctor. Oh, great. Okay, so now I gotta go to a doctor just to get this note. All right. And it was interesting, like with my sons, they're on their own now. They're in their almost mid-20s. They have full-time jobs, and they did not, other than their baby wellness visits, that was the last time they went to the doctor, unless there was something, an emergency. Because they were boys, like, and they sliced their finger open, or they do something like that, then it's an emergency room. But they did not go for any wellness checks. I did not rush them to the doctor every time they sniffled, had a cough, had this, had that. We did took care of everything. I also didn't just sit there and wish them. I was very active with that, with herbs, what natural. Okay, and when you learn how the body works, a fever is good. A fever's not bad. A fever, you have to learn how your body works. You have to learn how your body works and functions, and these symptoms. All right. Yes, there is a type of fever. If it's too high and too long, then your body's in major distress. But just to burn off, and what you think of a furnace, it's burning off toxins. It's going to elevate your heat in your body. So I never gave them any of this over-the-counter stuff. Everything was always natural. And I would always tell them, you got to take 2 weeks to completely heal. Whether you're taking over-the-counter meds or whether we're doing it naturally, it still takes the same amount. There is no shortcut. And these pharmaceutical or these type of meds I see advertised. Oh, we can cut your time in half. How do you figure that? Do you know that the symptoms of when you get cold is the end part? You've already got it. Your body is releasing now. We treat symptoms. It's a symptomatic system. That's a healthcare system that's put into place. It's not even healthcare, really. It's just, we're just treating symptoms. Your body's already gone through it. Now it's just releasing. Why in the world would you want to cut that release time? That's insane. Because you're a slave to the workplace, to the school, to this, to that say you can only have this much time off. This is what the Dalai Lama was talking about. We're sacrificing our health for money. You're feeding a system. You're feeding a company. They don't care about your health. They care about their greed, their bottom line, their number. Why is it that other countries have great benefits? The employers truly care about their employees. They won't hijack them on, or just make them feel bad or guilty if they need to take some time off. All right. Because if you have a healthy and happy employee, your company is going to be very successful. But if you're just greedy, it shows all the way around. It really does. And I got out of that. I was like, I'm not going to be a victim of it. It's before kids. I worked at a power company. And I just sat back and I watched. And the fact, too, that you could see energy, I was like, this is insane. They only care about themselves. They don't care about even the environment. Because if they did, they'd rethink some things. And I got out of that. Oh, the money was great. But I worked for the money. I got away from that. I found something that didn't make as much money. But you know what? That's when I made money work for me. And I was happy and healthier by getting away from something that was toxic. All right? Now, we've talked about money a little bit. Now, let's focus now on abundance. Because money is not abundance. Money is a part of abundance. Abundance, by definition, if you were to look it up, is a very large quantity of something. Or a collection of something. It's just a large quantity of something. All right? And it's not just one thing. It's a multiple collection. Large quantity. So when I ask my guides what abundance is, because I journal every day, have conversation with them every day, even if you just sit and you are contemplating, please understand that you're having that dialogue, whether you realize it or not, in your contemplation, in your drifting off, in your daydreams. All right. Well, I asked my guides what abundance was, or what it is. And the reply was very simply balance. I'm like, balance? And yes, of course, every time I ask them a question, the answer is very simplistic in nature. Very simple. But it doesn't feel very simple to achieve it, does it? Why do we have to make things harder than they really are? And these aren't impossible. When they give me these answers, they're like, it's not impossible to get to. We get in our own way. We make things more difficult than it needs to be. Why do we do that? We need to stop doing that. Now, there's this really great article I'm going to share with you on abundance. His name is Derek O'Neill, the author of this article. I'd like to share this with you. And I thought it was great. I loved his writing style. And so I was like, yeah, I can relate to this totally, mind, body, and soul. So let's go. Let's do this. What is abundance really? What is the first thing you think when you hear abundance? Is it money? Is it love? Is it a large circle of family and friends around you? While we can apply the concept of abundance to all these aspects of our lives, the essential meaning of abundance is that you are solidly happy with who you are and that no external event or situation, whether good or bad, can add or subtract from that happiness. No one is happy all the time, but when you are truly in the mindset of abundance, you live with balance, hopefulness, and unlimited possibility. I personally had always said a positive and powerful affirmation I share with myself and with students, with anyone that asks, I am abundant. Anything you put behind I am is very powerful. It's a command. All right? And when you make your affirmations, you want to put them in the command form by making it positive. Make sure there isn't any I don't want this, know this, not this. Leave out all those negative words, because only on this earth plane and on this solar system vibrational plane does that negative energy really rule. Because separation is not embraced outside of this realm. All right? So when you go to ask now, or you want to command, you're tapping into the universal energy, call it the universe or God or whatever, creator. When we're tapping into this and we're commanding what we want, it doesn't understand what you don't want. So if you're saying, let's just use this as an example, all right? I don't want to lose this job. How the universe hears this is I drops the don't. I want to get fired from this job. So be very careful with your affirmations. Be careful with your intentions. Make them into commands by, I want, or I am. Put it in the now too. I am. And that's why I am is so very powerful. And it goes back such a far, way back in humanity's history of being two of the most powerful commanding words you can say. And anything, like I said, you put behind it, you make it so. All right? Our innate nature is one of peace and abundance. It comes from within. Absolutely. All right? Our innate nature. Our divine design. How we truly are. Abundance is a way of thinking and living. Even when you have less money, love, or support than you would like. Life delivers a continually changing set of circumstances. Living in abundance can give you a constant source of stability, balance, that isn't based on external things. But you must change your perspective and believe in all the potential that lies within your reach. Abundance is a state of mind. So he says, I actually feel that's where the money is. Abundance is a state of being. Because the balance is a state of being. It cannot be lost. It cannot be taken or bestowed on you. It is about what brings you joy and fulfillment. Not about what you have, not outside of you, but what you have inside of you. A state of being. Who you are truly as a being. Doesn't matter what you have externally. Doesn't matter the size of your house, the cars, the job that you have, these titles, blah, 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 etc. It's not who you really are. Who you are is within you. That's what really matters. And all of us who communicate with spirit, our loved ones who cross over, they're happy, extremely happy, that they have schlepped off all the false happiness that they were taught that resided outside of themselves externally. Yeah. All right. I haven't met anyone. I have not conversed with any spirit that was upset because they couldn't bring a material possession with them. Darn. I really wanted to bring my Mercedes with me. No. I No, I'm talking about those that have crossed over. I'm not talking about the what you call ghosts or the spirit before they cross over. They're still in between. And so they can say some off the wall stuff at that point. But once they've crossed over, it's all, they understand they're back in their divine design. They're balanced, they're happy, and they're healthy. All right. The pursuit of more has become so common in our culture, and that is not the road to abundance. Money can, no doubt, make life easier, but it does not buy happiness, as the saying goes. The obsessive pursuit of money can create an imbalance that stands in the way of the kind of abundance that is genuine. If you focus too narrowly on having more money, on having a deeper love, or a wildly successful career, and become convinced that those things will fix everything, then you have lost sight of the biggest picture of abundance. You have lost sight of what abundance really is. Abundance that concentrates on one thing is destined to create discontent and disappointment. You must look at every aspect of your life. Pursuing money without bringing the consciousness of abundance to everything in your life will be fleeting and just a very empty experience. Everything is connected to everything else. So just making loads of money or finding love won't bring you abundance in the true sense of the word. To understand abundance and how it can be yours, you have to grasp how the mindset of a lack may be playing in the role of your life. Lack is the mentality that there is a shortage of scarcity of good things in life, and then you create fear around that idea. And just to kind of put it in a little perspective, I watched a period of time for 4 years. My mother, maybe a little longer, was a single parent. And, but I watched her struggle with an illness. I watched her really give up her command to fear. And it attacked in all areas. It took from all areas. Didn't care. All right. So even in the money, I watched her struggle. Now, I didn't realize too, and I find this with other women and men who may have grown up in a household where there's one parent and the and there was a struggle. That I'm not going to be like this. I'm not going to go through this. I'm going to overdrive it. I'm going to make sure that I am not in that situation. And not just for those who are single, maybe your parents. They can, like grandparents, were married, right to the end, or to their new beginning. They were married for a very long time. They had financial struggles. And they lost one home and had to go into another one, so to speak. So it was how you watch your family and experience what they're going through, and then does that set you up? Do we go from one extreme to the next? The beautiful thing about my grandparents is that they truly understood abundance, and they didn't care. As long as they had each other and they had their health. All right? Now, how the parents view that, though, that was horrific for them. I'm never going to do that. But then what happens is maybe the pattern repeats or something happens. But now they're so focused on money, not abundance, that it affects them differently, which then affects you as a child watching, and so forth and so forth. It can just build and get worse and worse and worse with each generation. And all because you gave your control to money. You gave up your command to the control of money, because control is temporary. It's there. There's no substance in control. Command is more powerful. So that and then in talking with other women, and like I said, it's not just men. It's not just for women. It can be for men as well. That, oh my goodness, I said I was never going to be like my mom. I watched my mom struggle as a single parent. I was never going to do this. What happens though now is their focus is so much on money and their career that their personal life suffers. And they come and go, I can't find the person for me. Well, that's because your focus isn't there. Your focus is on overdriving this. This is where your focus is. All right? You're focused on that one thing, and abundance can't come while you're focused on that one thing. All right? So, and then your health can start to, you're not paying attention to your health because you're focused on something else. And then you stop listening to your body. All right. So, so to understand the abundance and how it can be yours, you have to grasp how the mindset of lack may be playing in the role of your life. Right, we said that lack is the mentality that there is a shortage of scarcity of good things in life, and then you create fear around that idea. Operating from a place of lack skews the truth of abundance in life and colors your perspective towards hopelessness and futility. You feel like you're fighting a losing battle or going down a wrong road, however you want to put it. Begin to identify how your own fearful thoughts, your own fearful actions and behaviors may be driven by a belief that says, there's not enough for me. Change that belief system and your actions and behavior will follow. Change it. And that's all this life has ever been about, is choice. Free will. We get to choose, believe it or not, what you want. So if you're complaining about your life, you chose it, and you need to stop and really let that settle in. Who are you giving your command to? Who are you giving your power away to? All right. So, authentic abundance comes when you have balance. Balance in everything in your life as best as you can. That includes getting away what you have too much of. If you have a lot of love but not enough money, what should you give away? Love. Do you have more money than other things in life? Give away some of that money. It's meant to be shared, really. It's an energy, right? You got to share the energy. It takes courage and love to give and to receive. It's all about balance. The things that you want in your life, you must first give away. If you give more hugs, you'll get more kisses. You have to break the fear. And that is what's causing the lack. Self-sabotage means when you have too much something and you become complacent, disconnected, and sometimes even greedy. Self-sabotage. How many of us are guilty of self-sabotage? I know I am. Until I realized what I was doing. Absolutely. I'm going to repeat that last sentence. Self-sabotage happens when you have too much of something and you become complacent, disconnected, and sometimes even greedy. When you look at abundance with new meaning and discover it inside yourself, within, there's no limitation on the extraordinary life that you can experience. Beautiful, beautiful article, and I thank Derek O'Neill for writing it. A little bio on Derek O'Neill. He is an internationally acclaimed psychotherapist, a motivational speaker, author, martial arts sensei, and humanitarian. He is the author of More Truth Will Set You Free and Get a Grip, series of pocket-sized books, several children's books, and an upcoming book on parenting, and this was in the fall of 2013. Inspired by his worldly travels, he formed SQ Foundation, a not-for-profit organization focused on helping solve global issues facing humanity today. With charitable projects in 12 countries, the foundation brings food, education, shelter, medicine, and other basic needs to children, families, and communities in need. In 2012, he was honored as Humanitarian of the Year and named International Celebrity Ambassador for Variety International, the children's charity. So anyway, again, that is Derek O'Neill. Thank you, Derek, for sharing your article with all of us today. It's because it helps to get what I was going to say anyway, to get it out there. And I think the guides for directing me to where to find these great articles, where to, instead of having to, I'll say, recreate the wheel, and none of us really do that anyway. All we have to do is tap into universal consciousness, because you can find that people may repeat things, and this is why I don't really like too much about, you have to, if you're not careful and don't trademark, well, I know you got to copyright your material, sure. But understand, though, that there's always going to be some form of repetition, it sounds like. Certain themes or things may repeat. And where did I read this before? And, did they steal that? Let me tell you something. No. Everything is available for us in this universal library, so to speak, if you want to call it the Cosmic Records, or this hall of wisdom. We all can tap into it. There has been cases, if in our scientific history, about people on two sides of the world, different sides of the world, suddenly having a vision of an invention, and it's very similar, if not the same. How did that happen? They tapped into the same place. They're communicating, even if people will say communicating with aliens or elders. And I think the funny thing about about the word aliens is that they are our ancient ancestors. So they're really not as alien to us as you think. And they still want to scare us. And look at how, let's say, Hollywood and fear has redefined a lot of things, right? So one more thing about this money and abundance, I want to give I'll share a personal experience, another personal experience with me that happened with me firsthand. Is, of course, last week was tax time, right? Last Wednesday, it was tax day, April 15th. So, I'm sorry. Hold on just one moment. Okay, sorry. I was hearing a noise I wasn't used to. There's a squirrel back there making noise. So, I'm just glad that my dogs haven't tuned into that yet. So, just hold out. Anyway, she should never even put that picture there. They tap into it. Anyway, personal experience. So, because I have a business too, it's not just personal taxes. I have to do my business taxes. So then what happens is comparing sets in. Because you want to you see how I did with my business in 2013 and compare it to 2014. All right, so you compare the last year's to the previous year to see progress, to do that graph, to do that chart, and take it back, with each year that's completed. Let's compare it with the previous year. And I was shocked to find, because I felt busier, I was really busy. And so you just think and assume that the money's going to be more. But you want to know something? It was $2,000 less than the prior year. And I actually sat there and was stumped. And I found myself being upset at first, going, well, that sucks. What am I doing wrong? And it was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get away from this. I'm not giving all this. I realized what I was doing. I'm not gonna give this energy. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go out in nature. You know, I'm just going to go put my hands in water. I'm going to do what I need to do to just rebalance myself, and because I know I'm not looking at it from all angles. Sure enough, then the guides, you know, you're looking at it from a money point of view. Money, the focus. When you're focused on one thing, you can't see everything else. You can't see the big picture. So as soon as I let that go, and they're asking me questions so that I could come to my own conclusions, that I could come to it and go, ah. But so they were, okay, so you were more busier. Did you help more people this year or in 2014 than you did in 2013? Yes, I did. Well, isn't that all that matters? You know what? You're right. You're absolutely correct. That is all that matters. Is that I was there. Present in the now and helping others, making myself available, and very much abundant. And so that's, that's the whole thing, is that your business is, if you're a business owner, is abundant. When you look at the whole picture, let's look at everything around. I was like, you know what, you're right. Just because what the bottom line is, money doesn't matter. Because if someone comes to me and they need healing, they need help, truly, not the ones that just want to take, because we do know the difference with that. You're going to help somebody, right? And so that's the beauty of, yes, my business is abundant, and I need to not look at that money bottom line type of thing, right? I was too focused on that. And as soon as I let go, I let the whole thing go. I was like, you know what, doesn't matter. My success, the success of businesses, and this is where I think they get it wrong when they teach you in business, is how much money you have. No. How about how much abundance you have? What made the news recently was there was this one man, and I forget the company name, but who, this one CEO who cut his own salary to increase his employees' salary to share with them. That's abundance. That's beautiful. He's sharing. He's giving back. That company's going to be very successful. All right? And because it's not driven by greed. And because he knows, he gets it, he understands that you keep your employees happy, your whole company, the whole thing is going to be beautiful. All right? And so, yeah. I hope you have, I realize we're at the end of the show here, the time. But I hope that this has helped a lot. And maybe you can sit down and journal. Hopefully this will help you to do some soul searching yourself. Maybe ask yourself some important questions. And am I focused too much on one area, as with money? Is that define who I am? Or does the abundance, all encompassing? Abundance is everything. You're abundant in so many areas. We shouldn't just narrow that focus. All right? Just remember that. You are a very bright light. You're a divine child of a divine creator, and who vastly rich and wealthy in so many areas. But we have forgotten that. And we just need to be reminded. And when we go within, we're reminded of this, of what is really, really important. All right? And as spiritual beings having this human being experience. All right? This very much human experience. So it's all part of this transition, this ascending. All right. Everyone take a deep breath here. There's a lot of energy. So thank you everyone for taking time again, like I said, and sitting in Sacred Circle and watching the show today, being a part of it, whether you're watching it day or night. And the clinging you hear, I have Tibetan bells in the window, so you may hear them chiming. So meditative, isn't it? Anyway, thank you all so much. And I will be back on air next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I look forward to sharing sacred space with each and every one of you. And just a final note is that we're connected all the time. I do send out distant healing every day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And sometimes, several times throughout the day, as I'm instructed, if I feel that it needs to be put out there, if there's something going on with the earth, if there's something going on just, overall, sometimes I'll put it out there. So you'll feel me then as well. So we are all connected. And thank you for those who are doing the same, because as you give, you receive. And so I enjoy receiving all that beautiful energy right back. So thank you. And keep shining brightly, my dear sisters and brothers. And many blessings for a very abundant and prosperous week. All right, namaste.